K92, Virginia's #1 hit music station. Danny and Zack, Miss Monica in studio, 8 o'clock this morning.
Imagine all the people.
And I wasn't even thinking that he was going to sing because it's early. And he's doing a lot for us later on tonight. For Susan G. Komen donating his time, David Archuleta.
Yeah, sure. I was just happy he was going to come in. I was thrilled.
But he will be in studio, and I got a text late last night. David Archuleta going to be singing this morning on the air.
There we go.
And he does have an unbelievable voice. I mean, you forget about that because, American Idol, it's so much about the personalities and what they go through on the show. But when you just look at raw talent, I mean, he's there with, like, Celine, Mariah.
Oh, absolutely.
He's got an amazing
voice. On
voice.
his season, David Cook ended up winning, but he has a better voice than David Cook does. If you want to be perfectly honest, in terms of vocally, that's it. He is better than David Cook.
Right, because you had so many years of vocal lessons.
I did.
So you are an opinion that people count on.
I've played that American Idol game on the Nintendo Wii enough to know where the little pitch bar moves. I tell you, David would nail it. David Cook, not so sure. Just saying.
So just a couple things about David Archuleta. He won on Star Search. When they did the reboot of Star Search when he was a little kid. And then when American Idol Season 1 finished up and all the winners were on the Jenny Jones show. Maybe you've seen that video where he is backstage at the Jenny Jones show and he's like 12 or 11 and he sings to Kelly Clarkson.
Oh, that's right.
And I'm telling you, I'm not going.
Okay, yeah.
Dreamgirls, he sings that. It's just so many cool things about his life. 19 years old.
I know, and it feels like he's been around forever. He was around when Jenny Jones was around, for crying out loud.
But he's been a performer that's been somewhat on the radar
for like 10
of
years.
show business for a decade, and he's 19 years old. So
David
David will be hanging with us 8 o'clock this morning. If you have a question for him, 52353. Now your chance to win tickets. K92, Virginia's #1 hit music station. Danny and Zack, David Archuleta, 8 o'clock this morning. The questions so far range from will you go out with me to will you marry me?
Oh, okay.
So far this morning for
the whole
David.
spectrum.
52353.
Better breakfast at Subway.
K92, Virginia's #1 hit music station. It is true, musicians are never early, except for David Archuleta, who's here
early.
And David Archuleta in studio with K92. This is just terribly exciting for us, David.
Oh, thanks.
And, you just walked around the corner. And you're just right here now.
Yeah.
It's a little odd for me.
I know. No entourage, no nothing. I expect, you get the whole motorcade pulls in. There's 9 or 10 cars. Everyone's following you around. But no, you're just a regular dude rolling on in.
Oh, hey, yeah, I guess so.
For a minute, I thought it might have been like a stand-up. You know how people will have those that they put in like a store that sells your CD? I thought maybe, Bridget from the record label was walking with your stand. I wasn't sure.
The cardboard.
But he's here early.
I know.
They're never here.
They're never early.
Really?
Actually, Bridget called a couple minutes ago. I figured the announcement was, David overslept. He'll be there around 9:45. But no, here he is.
Yeah, because Bridget sounded like she was running a little slow this morning, if I may say. She sounded like
Bridget's great. She's been keeping me.
Bridget is great. It's like, hi, guys. It's Bridget from Jive Records. Just wanted to let you know. We are just worst case. Just wanted to let you know. I'm like, oh God, he's not sick. Oh God, there's 600 people that are really excited for David Archuleta.
Yeah,
Don't you
we
dare
think the
say.
worst.
But no, he's here and he's early.
But very good, and we thank you, Bridget, and we thank Mike is here as well.
Yeah,
Mike Accompanist is in studio, and David in Roanoke since what time yesterday? Like do you
I don't know. Like sometime between 4 and 5, somewhere around there.
And did you immediately get monopolized by K92's Kevin Scott and Bob Patrick, or was it? Did you have some time to settle into your hotel?
I mean, I had like an hour or so to get some stuff done, and then we went out and had dinner. It was good. They're really funny. They're real. That's what I liked. They were just real guys, and it was fun hanging out.
People say that about you. I don't mind dishing the compliments, but people are coming out to ask you some different questions by text at 52353. You can do that. But so many of your fans, the first thing they say is either inspiration or he brings people hope and positivity. This is a jaded planet we live in, my friend. And you are, I mean, I don't know if it's intentional or if it's just who you are, but it seems like you're trying to be like a positive force in a planet that might be a little Zack.
Me? Oh, they're bringing me down today, too. I need a little David Archuleta in my life. God.
No, I appreciate when people say that. Just at first I was just kind of like, well, I love music and I love what it does, how it can do this. I didn't realize that, what I was going to be doing for people and what it was going to be doing for people. But it's amazing to see how actions speak really loud, and it's been cool just to see how people appreciate what it is I'm trying to do.
Right.
So it's cool to know that I'm doing something that's positive, because I don't know, it's cool.
But it seems like it's just, you're saying it is who you are, and it's not something that's intentional, that at some day you woke up and you said, all right, well, you know what, there's a lot of stuff out there that's a little on the dark side. I'm going to do stuff that's a little more positive.
There was a meeting at the record company and said, well, you're going to be positive from now on. Right.
No. I mean, I don't know.
Well, you also seem wide awake this morning, David.
I do?
Yeah. What time, do you get up early? Are you an early riser?
It depends. It's funny. Usually when I'm on the road, I usually kind of fall behind. But when I'm home, I actually start waking up early. Like I need to take my sisters to school, or I'll go for a run. So I have to get up early, and I get back into the habit of being a morning person. Yeah.
People listening would be interested to know that David talks a lot with his hands.
Oh,
no, it's not a bad thing.
No, Katie does it all the time.
We all do too. But he actually did, like when he goes for a run, he actually did a little run motion with his hands, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
And so you're 19 years old. And a lot of times, do you feel like you're kind of between being a kid and being an adult? Because we go back and forth, like it's something we've struggled with as we're talking about the show. Sometimes we refer to David as a kid, and then we have to say, well, no, he's almost 20.
Right, he's 19 years old.
I mean, I do kind of feel like that. Most of the time I feel like a kid, but there are times where I feel like, whoa, I'm getting older, getting older. I'm growing up. But most of the time I feel like, wow, all these people are my age and I'm acting 5 years younger than they are. Or people think I'm 5 years younger than they are, because everyone thinks I'm 15. Whenever I sit in the exit row, people are always like, how old are you? It's like, I'm 19. Because you have to be 15 to sit in the exit row.
Oh, so
they
on the
always have to
plane.
ID me.
You're like, I'm David Archuleta. I was on it already. I was in front of 40 million people. I can handle opening this door if we need it.
Wow.
Yeah.
But, that's one of the, we talked about this too, because Zack actually, and I don't want to, hopefully this doesn't give him a nightmare here, but Zack, you had a very youthful look until about what age? 25?
About 25 years old, that's when the heartburn started to kick in, and then the gray hair started to enter in around 27.
But he looked like a child. I mean, people can't believe looking at him
we
now.
see the pictures.
Danny, you're scaring David.
Well, I think the facial hair is helping with that.
Yeah. This is new. This is just for fall, since it's been raining. So the last couple weeks. But I mean, my picture in college versus my picture today, I look absolutely nothing like I look today at all.
Yeah.
There's nothing in there.
In studio with David Archuleta. And did you ever, well, now it's kind of like at the age where you see a lot of these stars that were performers as kids try to make a transition. And a lot of them do like obvious things to say, I'm an adult Miley Cyrus.
No.
So is there any pressure on you to do something similar, to say, I'm not a child performer, I'm not a kid anymore?
I kind of tried doing it with this album. I mean, it's like, well, you know what? This is my last year of being a teenager, so I'm not going to be able to ever really do things as a teenager after this.
Right.
So I still wanted to be young, but I just felt like, well, what's a way I can be youthful in my way?
But
like,
you're not going to be like partially nude in a video.
No.
Laying on top of a girl in a video. That's not going to happen. But it seems like that's, I don't know if that, what's the batting average of that working? Because it seems like most of the young performers, they try
it.
They try it.
I think so many people, because so many people want to hold performers in one spot, even when they are growing, so they want to kind of break out of that. But I feel like if you're not going to be yourself, it's probably not going to work that great. But it's like,
it's not going to be credible.
For me, it's like, I know I'm kind of young and stuff. I'm still young and I still act young and I still act immature, but I still kind of want to. It's like, I don't know. I felt like the way to still be kind of young and still kind of mature was by just kind of being quirky and dorky. Because that's what
that is a niche and that is not nearly well enough covered, except by me, on the show. But it's just you.
No, I mean, I just wanted to introduce people to who I was and just kind of
Well, we're going to delve deeper into the dorkiness with David Archuleta because
Okay.
that's a fun place to be for a little while.
Dan and Dave, a couple of dorks.
That's
hanging
right.
out.
Would you believe when I did this? All right, 802 at K92. David Archuleta is here. He is going to perform for us. This is a treat. We didn't even know. I woke up this morning. I had a message.
Oh, yeah.
That you're singing for. Well, all right. Well, that's coming up
Fantastic.
too. And your questions 52353. You can text them in.